Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Happy birthday to the crow host Danny. It's Danny's birthday, or it was, but this counts as his fourth gift. Technically, the other three gifts in order go the picture that I sent him, also him being a crow host, and my undying friendship. And then this song technically counts as the fourth gift. Happy birthday, Danny. Roll credits. That was fun. As with always with me. Hi, everybody. Hi, Brandy. Happy birthday, Danny. It was 2 days ago. Get it right. Hi, Ryan. Hey, Lon. There's a musical guest tonight. Yep. No, Lon. Silly. It's me. It's Drew. I'm not a musical guest. With me, as always, is my crow host and birthday boy. Not bad. Danny. Hi, Danny. Nope. Bye, Danny. Well, anyway, we have a very special guest coming up later this evening. I'm very afraid Danny's about to walk through this door behind me, but that might not happen. Our very special guest this evening that we're going to have later on in this show is Liz Shannon Miller. You know, from the Schmoedown. She doesn't even like movies. While we wait for Danny, let's go through a couple things. Hey, LOL, what? I have some things to show you guys. This is all stuff sent to me by Videodrew's mother, Video Mommy, who was instructed to only send things that her daughter might need in Los Angeles. And they included at least 20 coats, like heavy down coats. But then also this tomahawk. This literal... not literal bone, but just literal tomahawk. That's one. It's almost like I was prepared for Danny to not be available. Let's see. Tomahawk 1. Whenever you're talking about stuff you'll definitely need in Los Angeles, who doesn't think bones and antlers? Oh, look who's back. Maybe he'll just have to wait for a second because I have other things to show now. So I'm like, Mom, please only send stuff that I will absolutely need. Like nothing extraneous, like you can keep all the books. I'm not going to need them. And she's like, great, shofar? Or like whatever. I'm going to be straight with you. I don't even remember owning this in the first place, let alone owning it so badly that I would need this to be sent to me. Like what animal does this even belong to? Okay, and good. I mean, for this one, to be fair, she did ask me if I want the bone box, and I didn't say anything. So her answer was to send me all the skulls and at least 4 boxes filled with bones. She just didn't want that crap in her house, this camp chef. That's not even true. She loves this stuff, I'm assuming. There's so many bone boxes. Yeah. What is this even? The reason that your husband left you. Okay. So now that we have, I think we have somebody back in the waiting room. Let's bring him on. Our very special birthday boy, Danny. What happened?
I don't know. I think that's the birthday gift from the producer, you know? Everything's going wrong in my end.
Oh, no. What's going wrong? What else is going wrong on your end besides the fact that it's your birthday and I forgot to say happy birthday?
Well, I mean, as far as I know, I'm echoing. You're echoing throughout me. And the StreamYards stops working right. It's my time to show. There is some motorcycle here that doesn't stop. Here I'm back on my place. I got back from Siberia.
Oh, you got back from Siberia. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're doing it. Not to be offensive to anybody, but it's like you're doing a whole Twitch Sings thing going on over here with the echo. But maybe it won't bother everyone. Maybe it will just bother me and relentlessly. Anyway,
I'm not doing this on purpose, by the way.
No, if anything, this is a producer Sean thing. What do you think, by the way, of all the gifts that Video Mommy sent as necessities in the mail? You're also missing, guys, the maybe I could show what just sits here now in the Videodrew world. Can you see what's going on here? Oh no, you can't. See a little bit about what's going on past the camera. Just like a full size. Oh, you can't even see him. There's a full size man, just hanging out there. Let's see. Nope. Well, anyway, you'll have to trust me. There's a full size man with a chicken on his head who just likes to hang out. It's real scary, even for me. And I'm Videodrew. And even for me, it's real scary. Oh, you got it. You got it in the mail. This is what I sent Danny all the way to Brazil or Siberia, I guess.
Who knows?
Who knows? Live completely in the dark. Yes, that was a picture of, I believe, your Uncle Phil.
Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe, I'm so sorry.
Uncle Phil is not the greatest one.
Yeah, he was pretty racist, if I remember correctly. Which I might not be doing, so, holla. So do you want to get started on the movie news for this week? Because there's a lot to get through, and not all of it is sad and depressing like the other week.
Oh yeah, because people are watching movies now. People are going to movie theaters. Everything's fine. Yes,
as I've heard, there's a lot of movies. So let's get through the movie news, starting with what producer Sean has for us, and I'll just bring out some stuff that I need, I guess. And this one's just really heavy. Like this one, it definitely feels like there was blood on it at one point. Let's see what else we got. The Boys. Jack Quaid casted in the Untitled screen reboot by Paramount. Courtney Cox and David Arquette set to reprising their roles. Oh, that's a lot of information. So, what do you know about The Boys, Danny?
I know they are males.
Correct, although one doesn't assume gender just because of one's preferred pronoun. So, I wouldn't even go that far. I would say that I know that they are super popular and not Umbrella Academy. So I know that much. I know that person on the top left is the child of Meg Ryan and I'm guessing the more attractive of the Quaids. So let's go with Randy. And that's a Paramount logo. So Scary Face, Randy Quaid's son, is going to meet with the divorced couple to go scream at Paramount. I mean, I don't know. That's what happens in my Google alerts whenever I get something from Perez Hilton. That was pretty much the tagline. What do you think, Danny?
I think that Scary Face is not scary. He seems sad.
Is his name Scary Face or Screamy Face? I always forget. Ghostface. His name is Ghostface, and he barely looks like a ghost.
He still seems sad. Look at him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, there is something about the eyebrows and the mask and the skull shape that I feel like is not indicative of how most people's actually scary ghost face looks. If you've ever seen a ghost, its face usually just looks like its face, and the eye sockets don't usually move upwards in sort of like a frowny face dog expression. But I guess I could see it. I'm guessing he's gonna be the bad guy. Just gonna call it out right now. There's a new famous actor that's gonna be involved in this series. My guess is that he's not the hero. But who knows? Maybe I'll be proven wrong. That could be Neve Campbell's love interest. Her very...
You know what would be funny?
That was her kid? Yes.
Yes.
I feel like they would have to explain away the fact that she didn't mention him in Scream 4, but yeah, sure, I could see it. His nickname is very 2020. Sure. So next information bit. Oh, well, one last thing is I know that the movie's going to be written by the guys who did Ready or Not, and that was a good movie. That was the best movie. So good job. Good job writing Scream, not Wes Craven.
Not Wes Craven.
He did all Screams? Okay, so... Zack Snyder's Netflix zombie film Army of the Dead will now get a prequel movie plus a spin-off anime series. Is that necessary?
I mean, he's more successful than his cousin Jeff Snyder, you know.
Look, Jeff Snyder is great. He has his own cameo. You can pay $15 to go on Jeff Snyder's OnlyFans cameo and request anything, I guess, of him. Zack Snyder makes really long trailers for movies that I've already seen, that already exist in real time, and then makes them go along with, the song that I lost my virginity to. So it's fine. I don't know what Army of the Dead is. Did he remake a Sam Raimi film without me being aware? So he's going to, but whatever. He's got an Army of the Dead film, which seems like a really unique and interesting take on the whole premise of armies battling zombies. And now they get, because I don't think it's explanatory enough that, that there's zombies in an army, either fighting them or composed of them. So now we're going to get a prequel movie to this thing I didn't know existed, plus an spin-off anime series, as one does. I hear it in Hollywood.
I thought that Army of the Dead was like zombies teaming up against an army of living people.
No, that's never it, is it? Because that implies that the zombies have some sort of cognitive ability to fall in line and take orders, and they usually don't, unless you're thinking of like warm bodies. So, for the most part, an Army of the Dead is, you just mean an unthinking horde of zombies, and they're coming at you because you're human and they want your brains. Usually. So, I mean, they tend to go for other organ meats as well, but I mean, mostly brains. But
some of them are vegetarian, you know.
Look, I'm not
vegetarian zombies.
They're vegetarian zombies, sure. There's also cannibalism zombies, absolutely. What I'm thinking though is zombies are a really complex concept to understand. They're kind of like metaphysics, and if you're going to do zombies right, as I always say, you have to get your own zombie spin-off anime series to explain the prequel that explains how the zombies got there, because it's really complicated. It's like, thermodynamic miracles. It's really complicated. So in case we weren't already wondering how we're going to get to a zombie apocalypse that will lead to an Army of the Dead that might include Dave Bautista, if I'm looking at that small picture correctly, then I'm just going to say, yeah, give us a spin-off Animatrix, Army Matrix. Well, there you have it. Next thing.
I like it, Animatrix, by the way.
I love the animation. It's the best Matrix besides the third one, which was the scariest and therefore the best. Sure. Sony's going to be producing a 1989 sequel to Troop Beverly Hills, which is a movie with Shelley Long and a chick who would later go on to have a small part as Melanie in Buffy. Melody, and she was in it. She was like the bad chick's daughter. So it's going to be Shelley Long. She was a pampered housewife who took charge of her daughter's pack of wilderness girls. I believe Craig T. Nelson was the father in that, but I guess I could be wrong about that too. No one listened to me. I clearly haven't seen that many movies. This is not Goofy Troop. This is not Scoop Troop. This is Troop Beverly Hills. And I hope there's at least one or two jokes about a boy who wants to be in the Girl Scout troop, because nothing says 2020 like some Girl Scout cookie references. Thoughts?
I had a friend that was part of the Beverly Hills Troops gang.
The gang, yeah. I mean, me too. But they were like, it was during the Escape from LA period. So they were mostly just surfing around tsunamis and also fighting off Steve Buscemi. But hey, who doesn't think that in walking distance from anywhere is Beverly Hills, where you can go door to door selling Girl Scout cookies? I don't remember this movie that well, but they must have addressed that fact that you can't go door to door selling cookies anywhere in Beverly Hills. You can get lost there. I mean, I do believe that unlike most places where you sell Girl Scout cookies, you can actually get lost in the woods and need survivalness skills to survive accidentally turning on Mulholland. But hey, I like that logo.
I like the cookies that you made me in the woods, mistress.
The Cokes?
The cooks.
The Cooks.
Cookies, yeah. You know,
cookies. The Cooks. Oh, the Cooks. That's Danny's shorthand for cookies. I always forget. Guys, I forgot to also mention, talking about things I forgot, Streamlabs is open. That's streamlabs.com/Videodrew. Everything's /Videodrew. Also like and subscribe and do all the right things. I was right about Craig T. Nelson for the win. Okay. Is that a group of teenagers that said, I'm dead after everything? Pretty much. Next question. News.
Question?
If you want to send in questions, you can send them in and we'll read them at the end. That happens.
I dare people send questions in the format of movie headline.
Hold on. Is that all we have for the news? In which case, hold on. Yikes. I spilled something on my keyboard.
Really?
Oops. Yeah, I did. And now everything's in caps, whether I like it or not. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yikes. How much did I spill? All the things. I thought it wasn't wet.
Working?
It's working. I just thought it wasn't wet before. I just thought it looked wet and maybe it was shiny. You know how sometimes things are like got a gloss on them that makes them look shiny?
Do you want me to spill something on my keyboard as
well? Oh, please. Thank you. Hey, John Carney's here. A group of mercenaries plot a heist in a Las Vegas casino during a zombie outbreak. Oh, Carney's coming in with the literal definition of what this movie is. Well, as you see, John, that's something that definitely necessitates both a prequel and an animated spinoff to fully get behind what this is. I half understand what you're saying. Half these words, Las Vegas, casino, zombie, group. I'm really going to need some substantial world building on the back end of that. Oh no, that's it for news. So we have a very special guest tonight. I'm very, very excited about this guest because they are a part of a movie trivia Schmoedown, which we know and love. They have cool hats most of the time, which I also love. And they, most importantly, hate movies. That's right. We have none only but Liz Shannon Miller joining us. Let's bring her on. Hey, Liz.
Hey.
Hi. First of all, congratulations on your recent win in the movie trivia Schmoedown singles league. I could have done it too if I cared.
Yeah, no, Rachel was really fun to play, and it was a fun match, and I'm just glad to keep going forward in the tournament. And thanks to everyone who's been watching, it's been really fun I feel like last year was my first year, and I wasn't really as engaged in everything that's been going on. That's a part of it, and then now this year, despite the fact I hate movies because movies can suck it.
Yes.
It's been a real pleasure. Basically I'm just mad at movies because movies keep trying to come in and tell me take my TV away.
Yes.
Or they keep trying to I seriously want to put a gun to my head every time I hear someone say every time I hear a producer say, well, it's really not a TV show. It's really a 73-hour movie.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And you're like, it's just called anthology TV, you little bitch. It's called seasonal anthologies, you little bitch. We got it right with Fargo. Yeah. You don't need to keep doing it. You guys all watch True Detective, you little bitch. Just imagine it like that. But you see it in the theater.
Yeah. No, it's, you know what I like to say? Avengers Endgame, great TV show. Great TV show. It's great. It's a 6-episode episodic miniseries that they just for some reason smashed together and put in theaters.
You know what the best part about the Rise of the Jedi whatever is? I don't care. It was that season of television I didn't like. But you know what? Next season was great.
Yeah.
And then So everything should basically be TV.
Yes.
You can watch it in a big I think what people are confused on, Liz, and maybe you can help me clarify this to them. You can watch TV in the movie theater. You're just not allowed to. Oh, you're allowed to.
Well, no, I was just, to the serious answer to your question is I have occasionally watched TV in a movie theater.
Yeah, me too.
It's the same thing. Game of Thrones released like an IMAX edition and I had an IMAX release of a couple of episodes one time, and I went for science, and it was cool.
So if anyone's wondering why we're saying that Liz hates movies, it's because you famously, and now the infamous spin of the first season 2020 singles tournament, bracket 1, division 1 tournament, 2 girls, one Schmoedown episode, you versus Rachel Silvestrini.
Right.
You spun SNL movies, which is an oxymoron. But you were asked 4 questions about SNL movies that I think we all wish we were asked in our second round about anything ever.
Yeah, no, it's totally true. I lucked the hell out with that category, but also would argue that I got Spinner's Choice. I knew that category was on the board. I had a feeling that it was a new category. The questions, as Schmoedown lore goes, the newer the category, the easier the questions. And so that's what I played.
It's canon.
Were you worried that there was going to be a deep cut Bob Roberts question, or a Mighty Wind, or just some deep cut Lorne Michaels?
Well, I just love the fact that you just brought up Bob Roberts, because it's one of my favorite movies, and not enough people talk about it. And
I mean, that's technically a movie. It's technically a movie. Also, technically Saturday Night Live. Yeah,
I mean, well, it has a whole segment in it about a fake Saturday Night Live.
It's brilliant.
It's brilliant. Yeah,
you guys thinking you love Giancarlo Esposito out there? You don't. You don't love him because you never heard of Bob Roberts.
Oh yeah, he's so good in Bob Roberts.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a very early Giancarlo Esposito role, but it's a wonderful one. Yeah. I mean, like, look, my spin on everything is, I happen to be pretty good at movie trivia. If the Schmoedown did TV, I'd be wearing all the belts. Like just head to toe belts. Like,
just covered head to toe belts.
Yeah, because I feel good about my TV knowledge.
I feel that way, but I also, because I'm not sure if you know this, but in a previous iteration, me and Vinny Mancuso began the New York Observer's television vertical TV download when he was a wee pup at like 19 or maybe 18. He was like an intern, and I got it. So we began our career working together, forming this television vertical that was the championing of TV. No big deal. But one time Adult Swim gave me like a little shout out on their chyrons between the things. Cause I said 12, I was like 12 Ounce Mouse is basically True Detective, and like, come fight me if you believe otherwise. But this was like peak TV. And I feel like we've really gone backwards in the sense that I now have to answer questions about movies, and I don't care for them.
Yeah. I mean, what's kept us safe for the last 6 months? TV is here for us. TV loves us.
And I'm going to claim it. I'm thinking of ending things. That's TV. I mean, technically it's a movie, but I'm claiming it as TV because it's on your TV, isn't it?
I mean, I congratulate it on the many Emmys it'll win next year.
Yes, it was amazing, but you saw it on your small screen, so therefore it's TV. And from now on, if you watch it on a small screen, it is television.
I mean, why not? Like, the rules are crazy right now. Bad Education premiered last year at the Toronto Film Festival.
So good. Yeah. So good.
Guess what? Emmy contender. Go Hugh Jackman. Gonna win that Emmy. And I don't think that's necessarily what the filmmakers had in mind. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they were thinking more of an Oscar play, but hey, get them Emmys.
Can I be honest? When somebody explained to me that The Irishman can be cut down into parts of a movie, like a TV series, you can watch The Irishman in like here to here, and like this is how you imagine it: 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like an American crime story thing. Here's the 4 parts of The Irishman. Right. That movie was suddenly so much more tolerable as a TV show, as an episodic like TV show that I was watching 4 parts of.
I should try that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But I mean, when I said at the beginning that I consider Avengers Endgame to be a 6-episode miniseries, I was not joking. I actually sat down. I worked this out. You break that movie down into 30-minute chunks. It actually works really well. Like, basically, you've got like I don't have it right in front of me, but it's if you
go get it.
If you want me to find it, I'll find it. Let me find my notes.
Because this is like, I know we're not doing our usual format of banter, notes. But like, I really do want to hear this because there's very few things, and people don't know this about Videodrew. There's very few things Videodrew wants to do more than talk about television. All the television, all the time. The Boys, so good. Really think that Umbrella Academy is kind of equal to The Boys, and people aren't giving Umbrella Academy enough credit. I mean, it's a little weaker in some parts, but it's a lot better in others. So I think the Umbrella Academy is really getting the short end of the stick here.
I still don't know what is television. By
it's gonna be confusing. Well, television's it's more of a state of mind.
It really is at this point.
At this point, it's really just, it's a state of mind. It's movies that you're allowed to walk off on and no one shushes you.
Right. So here's my breakdown. Do we care about Avengers Endgame spoilers?
No.
Okay.
Never did, never will. Don't care.
All right. So basically, the episodic breakdown is the first segment basically focuses on everything that happens up until the 5 years later reveal. Like that 5 years later is the cliffhanger ending.
Okay.
And then episode 2 ends with Tony Stark figuring out time travel.
He does what? Just kidding.
Yes. And then basically the third episode is all just getting the Avengers back together to set up the time heist.
Heist.
And then they're basically all the time travel stuff in the middle is a 2-parter. Mm-hmm. And then the last half hour or so is the big climatic battle.
Okay. Question for Liz.
Yes.
Do you think that it's necessary to even have the new Batman now that we have Harley Quinn as a TV show? No. I mean, no, it's not.
I encourage all forms of Batman expression, but
yeah.
I mean, Batman the TV, Harley Quinn the TV show is so much better than pretty much anything.
Than anything in movies.
Yeah.
We can just be honest. What if we replace the Oscars with just a TV show where we gave out awards? Oh, wait, we already do that because the Oscars aren't a movie? That should tell you something.
That's true. But you don't go to a movie theater to watch the Oscars. You watch it in your house.
Or if you're famous, you go to a theater. And isn't that interesting and something we should ponder?
Think about?
I like Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey? Yeah. You know who did it?
Birds of Prey can stick around. Yes, but who did it?
Look. I saw that movie with Jeff Snyder in the movie theaters. He invited me to that movie. He was very, very angry throughout.
My condolences.
Yeah, it's okay. But he also had coronavirus. I'm just going to say that. That's not slander because I'm pretty sure he did. And I'm pretty sure he was the first one. He was the first bat of prey to actually get corona. He was deathly ill. But afterwards, I was like, that movie fucked. Or smacked or slapped the carp or whatever you want to call it. Like that movie can take it. Like I'd never seen Suicide Squad. So just walking into Birds of Prey, that movie fucks. Now, and he was like, no, that's not, nah. Good.
I'm just really impressed that, I know that if I'm watching a movie, sitting next to someone watching a movie and they clearly hate it, I find it so hard to enjoy it. So I'm just really glad you enjoyed Birds of Prey. And you're
it was Snyder. So it was two negatives make a positive. Like if Jeff Snyder hates something and I'm clearly enjoying it, I think it was actually the opposite where my enjoyment of it made him more upset. Because I was sitting forward and I was like, yes. I was like, look at her go. And I was like, Chris Messina can get it. I was like, Victor Zaz and Black Mass. I was so into it. I think a couple times I just screamed out, I don't know who's the better Zaz is, Anthony Kerrigan for Barry or the actual Victor Zaz on the screen, Chris Messina. Because as we all know, Gotham is a superior Batman show. To most any other Batman mythology. Whenever people are like, oh, Robert Pattinson's gonna be so good, it's gonna be such a dark version of the Riddler, I'm like, yeah, but that might be great and all, but have you ever seen the Riddler and Cobblepot fall in love and then also kill each other? Because Gotham is a show that exists and exists totally on its own terms, and I really not even trying.
Yeah, I mean, I really admired the hell out of that show. It looked like nothing else on television.
It looked like nothing else on television after the first of season 1, when it really got its footing. It sounded nothing else like television. It really predated the idea because I actually almost had a shirt printed up 2 years ago that said defund the GCPD. That was just that was my idea.
Oh my God, that's such a good idea for a shirt.
Right? Because let's be clear, even putting real worlds aside, because I always put real world aside because reality doesn't exist, because reality is a paradigm.
What is reality?
What is reality? Nothing. Go mute yourself. Reality is a paradigm that doesn't exist, but the GCPD should always be defunded. In every reality, there is no need for GCPD. They do way more harm than good. There's no world in which having the Gotham police disbarred and disbanded doesn't lead to less crime. True or false? Just true or false, Liz? True or false?
I mean, they certainly aren't effective, and so maybe put that money towards other social services.
Yeah, you got Trash Bullock. That's the best guy you have on your case. Is some other guy named Harvey who sucks, and he's
hey,
no.
let's be clear. Montoya rules.
Montoya rules. So she goes off and not be a cop. She goes and not be cops.
Yeah.
So that gives you a little sign about how bad the GCPD is.
Very true.
And I don't want to take too much time because we do have a game to do, but I do want to talk a hot minute about the the Batman trailer. Is it called the Batman?
The Batman.
The Batman.
Why?
Because
Why?
I know because Danny hates bats because his family's in a crow bat war. It's a whole thing. Backstory. Watch the anime. We're having an anime spinoff and a prequel, so you don't have to worry too much about it.
Good.
But why does Batman in room with FBI as well as all the cops? First of all, no. That opening scene of that trailer, I just pressed the stop button, the big red stop button I have on reality, and I just went, no. Batman does not hang out with the FBI, nor does he hang out with all the cops. Batman is a vigilante who only Gordon has interactions with. If Batman is cops, if Batman FBI, the Batman government.
No,
and maybe that's true. Maybe Batman is government.
Maybe Batman is well. It is. I guess the fundamental question becomes: is Batman a cop?
Or what do we let Batman? Batman's not a cop, but what do we let Batman be because of he's rich?
Yeah,
he can be whatever he wants. He can be militia. He can be cop. He can be military. He can be FBI. He can be president.
Yeah, President Batman. I mean, honestly, President Batman doesn't sound too bad.
President Batman, I'm going to write on the ballot, whether you like it or not. 2020, it's happening. It's the logo of the show, but also reality. So, guys,
you should have made a shirt of that.
I should. Someone should design me a shirt that says, "Like it or not, it's happening." Logo for 2020, but also Videodrew. Got that messed up. So, guys, wait, we got a couple comments here. Local citizens like Jack Napier bring lunch to Gotham PD investigators. Might also include a sack of money, but they mean well. Yes, at the very best, GCPD is incompetent, right? At the very best, their cycle through of doing things includes shooting at Batman. So that's wrong. I mean, even whatever paradigm you want to take, that's wrong. Don't shoot at Batman.
Right.
Don't focus on Batman. Batman's helping you, the cops. And B, don't take bribes. And C, don't just leave it up to the system and Arkham Asylum take care of it. So I don't know. That at the best, they're incompetent. At the worst, they're literally the worst. They're literally in league with the Seven Families and the Court of Owls and all the bad things. So maybe, I don't know, just defund the GCPD. That's my hot take.
Why not?
Yeah.
Maybe then whatever reality is pretending to be right now will somehow catch up.
I will say that the government, the government of tribunals or whatever, I don't know what they're called. They're not called the League of Shadows, but the actual bad guy groups in Gotham, not the League of Shadows who had the right idea. That's another hot t-shirt design. The League of Shadows were right. League of Shadows had the right idea all along.
No, I like that.
Yeah. But having lived in New York, I can speak as a true person who lived in New York that maybe the government crime families. Bye.
Yeah, where do you go?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think somebody on Swag, that's your friend, the delinquent, Lon Harris, says Batocracy, government composed of Batman. Not a bad idea. He has no jurisdiction.
I mean, I once actually had a very serious political debate with a friend that ended with us deciding that the perfect ruler would be basically authoritarian Jesus. And actually, when you think about it, authoritarian Jesus kind of matches with Batman. I don't know.
Well, as a self-proclaimed video Jew, I do have to. I had a bat mitzvah. I have to say, no, look, it's like an American pickle. I believe that Jesus was definitely a person, and I believe that they had a lot of good ideas. I think, as long as you're willing to live by what you preach, which Jesus seemed to have done, then yes, an authoritative Jesus makes sense. It's what we all think we're going to get judged by at the end anyway.
I think the concept of Jesus is more a really, really good person gets all the power.
Yes, well, exactly. Well, yeah, and pure cara corrupts purely. Ryan says, sorry to burst your bubble. Videodrew Batman is called the world's greatest detective, ergo cop. Someone's never heard of private detectives, which is literally what he is. He is not a...
He is a very private person.
He's a private detective. He doesn't share all his information with the cops, nor vice versa. He doesn't have a partner. He doesn't work within jurisdictions. That's the whole point of Batman. He might be the world's greatest detective, but he's the world's greatest private detective.
Yep.
Otherwise, you would just say that Batman's a guy who gets to cover up his badge with like a bunch of black tape and also a mask. Like that's just, maybe he was.
What if the Batman was funded by the state?
He doesn't need to be. What if Batman was funding the state? That's the better question. What if Batman, turns out, was the guy that was like funding your entire, every state legislature had to go through the fact that Thomas Wayne and Wayne Enterprises was like funding your entire organization. What if Batman doesn't need to be funded by the state? Batman has money. Sorry, Batman. Sorry, not to, infer anything, but you definitely are Bruce Wayne and you have a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's why he has military tech. That's why FBI love Batman, apparently. I still can't make heads or tails of that trailer because if FBI there, then Batman shouldn't be there. Batman and FBI should not get along. That's not true.
Very, very fair.
Okay. So we have a little game for you tonight, Liz.
Yeah, game.
Yeah, just like our big friend of the show, John Kramer would say, I want to play a little game. And that's a shout out to Jigsaw, best friend of the show, big supporter. You can support us too by going to patreon.com/Videodrew. So NerdChronic says Danny is screaming internally with all the bat talk. Sorry, Dan, do you find it triggering? I do know that you hate bats.
I'm still curious that we never did. We are 12 episodes in, and this is the first time that we did the video Jew joke.
The video Jew? It's never come up before. The fact that I'm a video Jew. Look, I'm a video Jew by culture, not religion. Clearly, there's some problematic aspects of the video Jewism that I don't subscribe to. But, growing up as a little video Jew in Newark, Delaware, who loves Star Wars so much, there's only like 8 other video Jews in Delaware total. So you all had to go to the same synagogue. Yeah.
Did you have a theme for your bat mitzvah?
I did have a theme for my bat mitzvah. It was, Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Perfect.
That is not a joke. That was the theme. We had everything in our semi-painted basement, our semi-furnished basement, dripping with blood. And we were given permission by the fire marshal to start a bonfire in our backyard. So we could have like a little tent, like sleepover thing. In the middle of the night, there's a really scary noise. We're all sleeping in our tents. Just to give you a sense of how Videodrew is formed, because by this point in my life, I'm still going by Sarah. I hear from the darkness, we all hear in our tents, I love you, you love me. There's creepy warbling minor key tones. We're a happy family. There's some noises in the brushes, we hear this little noise coming from the brush. And we're like, oh my God, what's going on? What's going on? Is that crashing through the brushes is a full-size Barney. That purple dinosaur and he's just making these horrifying human-like screams, like something out of an Ari Aster film TV show. Like just these horrible, like these human wails. So we all decide as children, the best course of action is to rush the big purple monster, rush it. Maybe as a collective, we will bring down this purple demon. And my dad barely escaped for his life. I guess that the deposit he put down for that Barney costume was never recovered. And yeah, I feel like I never quite got over the sense that I know now what I would do if confronted with the danger. I don't fight or flight. I run towards Barney and I tear him limb from limb. And when I see that's my father, I continue tearing. And this is not a dream. This happened in real life.
I am so glad I asked that question because the answer was amazing.
Thank you.
Was the purple monster a dinosaur?
Technically, and dinosaurs could be purple. Jurassic Park, the TV show.
There is actually a TV show coming out.
Yes,
Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous.
Yeah, Beetlejuice the cartoon still has some points that I think are better than the ones brought up in the movie.
Yeah,
just saying. Beetlejuice and Lydia being best friends makes a lot more sense than her being his child bride.
Also, yes, it's significantly less creepy.
Yes, and it is addressed in the musical that PJ Campbell made me go see on Broadway as the last thing I saw before the world shut down. So I'm really glad that I saw that, because I went, PJ, I don't want to see this unless it addresses the bridge between Beetlejuice the movie and Beetlejuice the TV show, where he hates sandworms, he loves sandworms, he rides them all the time, he wants to marry Lydia in some child bride marriage, they're best friends.
Right.
So he goes, the musical's entirely about that, Drew.
That's an amazing pitch. I'm sad I didn't see it, because that's an amazing pitch.
Right. He goes, the musical is entirely focused on what is that connection between child bride and best friends. Beetlejuice.
Perfect.
Yeah. So we are going to play our game, which is called.
Let's play the game.
It's focused on Liz's hatred, and thank God, finally someone said it. My own personal hatred of movies. So we're gonna play a game called. Let's see. It's gonna be called, I think, Name the TV Show, which is, we're gonna give you a group of people who've never been before in television before. They've never been seen before. Oh, what else could this cast do? Yeah, I don't. That's fine, but I think it should be called just Name the TV Show.
Wait,
and what
you want me to name the TV show, is the point.
I want you to pitch the TV show.
Okay, I'm going to pitch you the TV show.
So I'm going to give you a bunch of people who have never been seen before, and I want you to pitch me a TV show that they could do together right now in 2020, and what the TV show would be, and also we'll all take turns.
Okay, great.
Bruce Campbell once held this. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. And you know what? Ash vs. Evil Dead, really great show. Movies are fine, great, love them.
Yeah.
TV show's really good.
Great. They're great fodder for great TV shows.
I never see my mistress excited.
I love television.
It's great.
Ask me how I only joined the Schmoedown, because the guy that I thought that was the IT guy for the Collider was asking me to go on and be against the guy who was on the OA. And I was like, the OA? I hate/love the OA. Me and Vinny wrote 20 thought pieces about it in 2017, about how like Hap could not have been allergic to tomatoes if he was like touching ketchup in the second episode. Impossible. It's literally impossible, but I love the OA. That happened with Brendan Meyer, and now the rest is history. So let's get some pictures up here.
Good.
Get some. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Very. You go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's okay. These people, I mean, it's a lot of white people, but there is some diversity in this cast.
Yes,
so
one's old.
I'm thinking basically like this is like it's almost like a West Wing style show, but it's about a Republican in the congressional campaign.
Yes.
So clearly the guy. Yeah, clearly the guy at the top left, the one next to the redhead, he's clearly the candidate.
That's
and then the rest. This is his campaign staff, and they're all working together to get this guy elected. But the nice Latino gentleman, and then also the nice black gentleman. They are very conflicted. It's almost their show, because they have to struggle with the fact that their support. They really believe in the candidate, but they struggle with the Republican policies that they're
right. And they're very well spoken. They're very well spoken is the thing about them. I think that's absolutely correct. I think this is. I think
that a lot of their fellow Republicans often say, "Wow, he's so well spoken."
He's so well spoken. He. I have a bigger tan than him. Is something I would say to them. I do like how the matriarch of this family does look like a witch who would also burn other witches. So that's cool. I will say, I think the giveaway here, though, is the fact that up in the top right, you can barely make him out, but that would be one of the employees of the facility from Cabin in the Woods. So I do believe this is actually just a simulation of one of the apocalyptic scenarios that would bring about the old gods. In which case, yes, the RNC convention does work.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that does work.
Okay. Great.
Danny, what do you think?
This gives me some nostalgia feelings. This seems like a Bat family that's making that Bat Mitzvah.
Bat Mitzvah.
That's the name of the show.
Man, did I ever wish during Gotham that it was called a Bat Mitzvah for boys as well as for girls, because it's a bar mitzvah for guys, because I was like, Bat Mitzvah Batman. He was like 13. True or false? That Jerome kid was like Cameron Monaghan was as good as any of the Jokers. True or false, Liz?
True.
I mean, as good as any Joker.
I mean, he never officially played the Joker. It was very complicated.
Jerome was he was a whole separate beast, but technically neither did Joaquin, if you want to be real about it. Okay, next picture. I think this is right. I think Liz, unfortunately, because it makes it a very short segment, she hit it right on the nose. This is an RNC convention photo for a utopian reality in which we make it to another election cycle.
Yes.
Correct.
All right.
Next one.
So next photo.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So this is a really interesting group of people here.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone looks very nice. There's a kid. A lot of diversity. A lot of
diversity.
You've even got like you've got representation for short people, which is very nice. The shortest amongst us all. The hobbit sized, if you will.
Yes. There's a big guy. Which is great.
Yeah.
There's a skinny guy. There's a lot of skinny guys. So that's all the representation really you need. There's a bald guy. That's the spectrum.
And they're standing in a lot of wreckage. So I think these are the survivors of a epic focus group that were brought together to do testing and to basically evaluate like corporate slogans for a major corporation.
Yes.
And then unfortunately the building exploded. So these are the people who survived. And now they have to figure out like how to, now they have to work with the corporation who's clearly the representative of the corporation.
Right.
Is this guy right in the front with the tie?
Tie man.
I think and title wise, I think it's like Tie Man and his dudes. Tie Man
and his bros. That's gonna be like that season of TV where there was like Timeless. There was like another show that was about like time travel, and then Tie Man would have been the third one. I think. Go ahead.
No, I like that. I think that's the right approach.
I think you're right. I think the one thing that you're missing from this pitch is that it definitely takes place in North Dakota. This is in 2021. There's just, there's been a rising tide. Maybe it's Godzilla based. Maybe it's not Standing Up Lizard based. But they're definitely.
They definitely work for like one of the few remaining corporations on the planet since they've all like been absorbed together. Yeah. So it's like, and so that's what's as in 2021, which will be definitely the case. This
is the Office reboot that we've all been waiting for.
It really kind of. Sorry, I cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, please cut me off. Please. Like the also slogan of the show is please cut Drew off. She'll just keep talking. It won't end. This show will be 4 hours. So please. All right. But no, like, yes, look, there's diversity. There's a child on the premises. They just need to get a bunch of different viewpoints in so that like they can get the best, make sure that they market their products as cleanly as possible to what remains of the American public. Yeah, it's when the No Country for Oh Brother We're Out There. Sorry, Oh Brother We're Out There man is in The Watchmen and he's doing the focus groups about the perfumes and also New York City. This is actually what he's doing. He's doing the focus group for reality. Yeah. I'm going to call the show reality TV. This is just a real world challenge 2021. Yeah, checks out. Colon also RNC still somehow. What do you think, Danny?
I think this is the prequel to Al Gore's Inconvenient Truth.
Oh, who's Algar?
Al Gore,
Algar,
the guy
Igor.
that tried to be president.
People say Igor a lot when they're around me. I think in relationship to me and Tom, first Tom, I don't think that's true. Yeah. He was never an Igor. He was never a monster. I hear that word thrown around a lot. I hear a lot of Videodrew is a genius, and she was a scientist who created Tom in a lab, and everything that Tom knew, Videodrew technically also knew. And she's so smart and pretty and brave. And I just want to say that, like, that's great, and I appreciate those comments. But he was never my Igor. Tom is his own Tom, and he'll come back to me one day. This show is
Tom is overrated.
Tom what?
Tom is overrated.
Tom is overrated. Look, here's the thing. You're not a real fan of Videodrew unless you watch till the end of her own episode in which she said, please call her overrated for the specific reason that she wanted to cause some civil war between everyone in the focus groups of the Schmoedown and create a cataclysmic event that makes everyone turn on each other. Videodrew did ask to be called overrated is because she's never rated. No one bothered to rate her in the first place. So please overrate her. Pass the word on. Call her overrated. Let it do its thing, yo. Videodrew is a genius. Yeah, but that doesn't help. Everyone already knows that. So yeah, I would also call this the RNC Season 2 Real World Road Rule Challenge. Danny, I don't know, are these people in Brazil? Is this what Brazil is like?
Oh yeah, definitely. With the trash and the wreckage. All beaches in Brazil.
All the bitches are in Brazil like that? Okay. Yes. I won't say all the bitches. That seems a little pejorative, but okay.
No. Why? Oh. Damn. I'm going to get canceled.
If I knew what you just said, probably. Okay. Standing up lizard count 1. Perfect. Okay. Let's go to the next picture, if we have one.
Next picture.
Oh, my God, the Jews. So this is called Video Jews. I think I can handle this one.
Yeah, you go for it.
Argumentative Video Jews. This is called Opposite Improv. It's a show that's kind of like, for your line anyway, whose line is it anyway? But it's instead of saying yes and, you have to do the rule of no but, which is where someone says something and you go, yeah, but no but. I actually grew up watching this kind of show. I grew up living this kind of show. It's why I'm wonderful at comedy. It's because someone says something and I immediately disagree and say no but. And then I pick tiny quibbles with like stuff. I just if you have something and there's something even slightly quirky about it, Videodrew's gonna tear it to shreds. What's the deal with the girl who's got a stomach that talks?
No, I'm gonna make a really important point, which is that it's called Video Jews, clearly.
Yeah.
But the catchphrase is definitely no but. And the way you know this is that you can't see anyone's butt in this photo.
Mm-hmm. Right. And no but, you actually can, Liz. You can see their butts in this photo because Jerry's actually is a little tilting to the right a little bit. So you can see that cute little ass. So no but, Julia Louis-Dreyfus is also yes-anding her butt a little bit out to the right. There's the cancel man on the left, and then bald guy, got why I oughta, be on Broadway because I'm a really good singer and my son is very handsome. And if you go back and look at documentaries about me from younger days, I was a very, very attractive. It's going to be problematic whenever you watch old episodes.
But this guy's amazing on Harley Quinn, though.
Oh my God, so good. So many cast members of this hypothetical show on Harley Quinn. Wayne Knight as Cobblepot, just real good.
Yeah.
Wait, Ryan Payne with a great comment. This photo screams all lives matter. Shots fired. Not literally, but probably. Yeah, I could totally see that being actually what this is. Except I could also see them being like, all lives matter, but no, do they? And that's
this is really just a live action. This show is just the live action version of the Reddit subgroup. Am I the asshole?
It is. It's also the subgroup for Reddit r/nice guys, because there's a lot of people being like, but what I do? And I left my shoes at her house, and like, what I do? I just sat there and listened to her talk. So like, she owes me sex. The TV show.
Yep. Perfect.
Yep. Also r/Tinder. Also r/neckbeards. Although technically, the guy on the left just still has to grow his out. Danny, any thoughts?
I don't have a pitch better than Video Jews, but I'm wondering how many seasons that show would have.
Oh, great question. 25 and a movie.
Why a movie?
I don't know. Something Dan Harmon said once, and so we abide it like it's law.
All right, next photo.
Next, dude, Liz, do you want to come be the co-host permanently? Because you seem to know how to click this thing along. Next photo.
You're going to replace me with Liz now?
That would actually. What are you going to even argue against that? Like that just makes practical sense. Okay, I have this dress. Is the name of this photo. But Danny, how about you start? As we'll deference. In fact, Liz, I want to put on a hat that I just found that is a very. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's
hat.
like
excellent.
Yeah.
No,
secret window style. I found a hat that looks like your hat. Yeah.
I would like to make a point. Many people say, "Oh, Liz loves her hats." I have multiple hats, but I only have this hat. This is the only hat I wear for the Schmoedown. Like this is my special Schmoedown hat.
If you became the queen of Schmoedown, wouldn't you argue for like no more belts? Because I don't need any more belt. I don't need belt. I don't even know what belts do in real life. Like I have pants that just work for me or the right size. Right. So how about you just give me a hat and we make them into hats? And you win a hat.
If I could get that's cool. Yeah, I mean, you could actually wear a hat versus those belts. I don't know who actually wears those belts as belts.
Right. I would like a hat that says #1 Schmoedown, also the most popular and had the best quote last year and wasn't being carried by Tom at all hat. I would like that. Like
a winning hat, like a birthday.
Yeah, it's just #1. It says as #1 #winning, and then no one will get it confused for anything else because it's very clear what the message is there. So, Danny, I almost called you Tom. What do you consider this show?
Never call me Tom. I think that this show is about people trying to sell, hats.
Yeah.
With cigarettes inside of them. Because that's going to be a great idea.
That's clever. I like that. So it's like a James Bond thing, a movie series that I haven't watched because they've yet to make it into a TV show that I would be interested in. Maybe it's sort of like Archer. Is Archer the TV show version of James Bond? And doesn't that make it better?
Basically, yes.
Yeah, basically. That's why I like James Bond now.
Yeah, Archer is a lot more fun than James Bond, I got to say.
Yeah. James Bond sucks. It's from Liz. That's from Liz's mouth. James Bond sucks, and I highly concur with it. James Bond has always sucked, and also Archer is the best.
Yes, agreed on all points.
Yeah.
For me, this show just feels like a really competitive game of musical chairs.
Yes, yes, Queen, go.
It's a good reality talk show. It's who's going to sit in the chairs, and the fact that you have to dress up to play the game is just part of the gameplay.
And isn't it interesting? Isn't it telling you something that they're also distracted by the camera that they don't realize that there's a couch in the background that they can sit on?
They're all very mad.
They're very, very mad. They're very, very mad at the camera. They're angry. They're petulant. They also want to fuck it. So it's weird.
Yes, so they all kind of do want to fuck the camera. It's a little, interesting.
They're getting confused by what they want to do, and it's blinding them to the idea that there's so many seating available arrangements behind them that only seem to be used up by that guy whose name I just forgot. So I'm in my head, I'm just saying, the gay guy, but that's not right. But was his name Bartholomew? That cannot be right. Bartholomew. Yes, that sounds more right. And then on the other side, it's the guy who turned into the Hare Krishna at the end. Such a weird arc. Yeah, such a weird arc for that guy.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm ready for the next photo if you are.
Yeah, let's go. Pretty dressed lady, and also all the diversity. That's the White House. Okay. Oh, that's the White House.
No. This is. I think this is. Kind of a slumber party jam.
Yes, I can see that.
Like everyone's in their pajamas, looking comfy, looking cozy. And I'm trying to figure out, what are you going to do with this set they're on?
Yeah. Also, why is their camera eye line different from our camera eye line as the camera? Like, where are they looking? And what's going on over there? What's more interesting off the left?
I mean, maybe they're all ready for bed, and what's in the corner is the bed.
Oh my god!
So that they're just like, what's going to happen on that bed? Maybe this is the prelude. Like maybe this is like an anthology series. Maybe Ryan Murphy creates a new anthology series called Orgy.
Yes,
and every season it's just a build up to a bunch of people having an orgy. So this orgy is clearly a very awkward one numbers wise. Like,
so what you're not seeing is Sarah Paulson is actually lying on the bed, and that's what they're all staring at. It's Sarah Paulson on the bed.
No, I'm pretty sure Sarah Paulson's in the middle there.
She's actually playing the bed.
She's in the photo. She's the one in the V-neck.
She's in the photo. Yeah, she's in the V-neck, but also she is going to be playing, as she often does, 2 roles in this series. Yeah. She'll be playing both the V-neck lady and the bed. She's so
multi-talented. Like, of course she can play the bed. Yeah.
And this is definitely not a fake story. This is a true 100% real story. One time, Videodrew was at the Sunset. Is it called the Sunset Towers? Sunset Hotel? Whatever. The big place. And she was using the bathroom, as people do, as human beings do. There's no question about whether or not that she was there for the right reasons. And she had gotten screeners for American Crime Story, The People vs. O.J. Simpson, which, if you remember, was a way better TV show than it was a real-life incident. So that's another knock for television being better than reality. And she ran into Sarah Paulson as she was leaving the bathroom, and she went real quickly. And Sarah Paulson jumped, and she went, "Oh, my God, I love you," as Marsha Clark, God, one of them is real. Clark, right. Both of them are real. One of them was just in Desperate Housewives, and the other one was a, state prosecutor. So she said, "I love you," and Sarah Paulson goes, "That show's not even out yet." And then Videodrew returned to her cool and went, "Yeah, but I've seen it because I'm a TV critic," and then smiled with all her teeth. And for some reason, Sarah Paulson didn't want to be best friends after that. It was weird.
Yeah. I had a sit down interview with Sarah Paulson, which was really sweet, for the same show. And
really,
yeah.
Are you guys best friends now? Because I'm not best friends with her.
We definitely had it. We had a bonding moment because we were both very, very cold because we were in this hotel ballroom, and she literally asked someone to bring her just a cup of hot water with lemon because we were both freezing. And then we talked about how. And then she talked about how she was always the coldest person on set because she had to wear the Marsha Clark, pantyhose and skirts, and all the men had full suits and all that. So that was a nice moment of connection because we talked about how much it sucks to be a woman who has to wear formal wear.
One time I watched Raul Esparza ate a whole salmon, like take the salmon and put it in his mouth and literally from head to tail, do that thing with the bones. And I was like, wow, you really are the district attorney from Law and Order, but also Chilton from Hannibal, and the best version of any of those. But literally watch that man house an entire salmon. It was the most visceral experience of interviewing anyone I've ever had. TV.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
TV's great.
I have a question about this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because all of them are distinguished because of the color of their clothes, right? What happens if all of them are colorblind?
Colorblind. That's a great question. If they're coming upon, let's see, this takes place in the dark. So I think this is a dark nighttime show. Probably the news. Probably if they're colorblind, they're not going to be able to do those CAPTCHA tests, which means they won't be able to log into most of their email accounts. So maybe actually, yeah, if they're colorblind, Danny, I think they're probably going to be stuck out of their emails for at least 24 hours if they reset their passwords. So they're not going to be able to tell the difference between that 8 and they get upside down 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Point. Yeah. I will say that what I think this is I think this is the continuation of the very best episode of television, episodic television that we've seen to date, which is USS Callister with Jesse Plemons.
Oh, yeah.
This was entirely real and made up. Yeah.
This is definitely a USS Callister ripoff. I definitely see that.
It totally is. I didn't want to call it out, but it's definitely biting off the USS Callister episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah, it's very rude. So we got one more photo of Piers.
God, do you want to just be the regular host and I'll be the co-host from now on? I love it. Oh my God, it's RNC Man. The president's going out to do something else now. Tell us about this.
So I guess this is. I think this is the sequel series where he gets elected. He gets elected to office, and then now this is his new staff, and they're all trying to figure out how to. I guess this is a trickier one because it's is it the idea is don't cross the line
Oh, here, I got you, girl. So,
yeah,
I got you. So this is what happens when you go into the Matrix as the president.
Sure.
You get really confused because
the president has access to the Matrix.
Yeah, who else would? I mean, he's got access to everything, but mostly the Matrix. He's going into the Matrix. The Matrix is confusing. It's a bunch of ones and zeros. All his friends are wearing black because they've updated the clothing, but not that much. And leather pants are mandatory for women. So the thing about the Matrix, there's gonna be a big arc in season 1 is how sexist the Matrix is, and what we can do to change that as President Jared Kushner is going to try to find out. But also hats, which I really like. I think we can appreciate the representation of hats.
No,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, I've just been the one thing about television that I wish was better was more hat representation. And every once in a while, we get a good hat, but it's not something you can count on.
Right, and especially not when you go through the Matrix. It's not guaranteed that you will get a hat. Right. You get a bunch of ports, which is disgusting, and I hate it. And I would really euthanize anyone who's out of the Matrix. They're going to have those ports all over their body, like tryptophobic. It's horrifying. Right. Can't even watch the rest of the series because it's so distracting. Definitely can't watch the prequel or the spin-off anime. But I will say that, yeah, inside the Matrix, you get a choice between leather pants and hat, and I would take hat 100% of the time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like Bryan Cranston's hat.
It is Bryan Cranston's hat. Go on, girl. I mean,
I like this kind of hat.
Yeah,
that should be a gift from me for my next birthday.
That would be like what is it? It's almost like not bolero. What do they call it? It's like a certain kind of hat that's almost like a fedora, which is also the Reddit subgroup that this exists in. Right? This is also like this is when you enter the Matrix, we get stuck in the Yes Milady subgroup.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why they're all so angry, and that's why there's a lot of blood that's seemingly happening on the right hand of the screen, because they've finally gotten fed up of the fact that the woman they've put on a pedestal doesn't want to wear the leather pants, and they're very angry, and now they're going to kill her.
Yep. Checks out.
So I think that takes us out of the game / Matrix, because I have to say I find these pictures of white men to be very triggering, personally.
Yeah.
For me personally.
There's
the
lot
world need more video Jews.
We need more video Jews, and they all need to be wearing kippas. And if not kippas, then we all need to have them literally have a freaking shofar on them, because their mom thought, once again, this is what, when I said, bring me all my stuff that I'm in Los Angeles, it was just giant downy coats, 4 comforters, and this thing. And 2 boxes full of skulls, because when I said I don't need the box full of bones, what she thought I meant was which box of bones. And then also it was a trick question because she sent both. So is this the Ben Bateman Power Hour Show? Yes, you've come to the right place. This is the Ben Bateman Power Hour Show. This is a show where we talk about Ben Bateman all the time, and we speak for him, and everything that I say out of my mouth has been vetted by Ben Bateman. He is the best ever. And I'm too scared to say more words.
Haha.
Can't wait to start watching Backstage. It'll be my first time. It's going to start being interesting. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited. I imagine that scene from The Boys, this episode 2. No spoilers, but Homelander finding out that there's going to be more people in the group. And Giancarlo, not to circle back, but Giancarlo Esposito, I imagine that's what I like to think in my headcanon, what that conversation sounds like. It sounds a little bit like that.
Am I canon in the Schmoedown? That's a real question.
No, not according to tvtropes.com, which, by the way, you and me both are, Liz.
We are in the Schmoedown, or?
No, we're on TV Tropes.
We are?
Yeah. And the examples. Yeah, you're a TV trope.
What?
Yeah,
I go to that site all the time. That's my go-to site for. I can't remember what this thing is. Oh my gosh, I'm a thing I can't remember. This is very exciting. We'll have to look this up right away.
I'm a cuckoo-lander and a cuckoo-lander's minder. Lon's 50 things. Yeah, some people are, but what it is when you do the real-world examples. They ask for examples that are within movies, TV shows, video games. Then there's real world games, in which case you can find the Schmoedown page, and it's just everybody by what they are.
I cannot wait to find out what type I am. I'm very excited.
Yeah. TV Tropes is also, let me just say, as a fan of Liz and a fan of television and somebody who hates movies, TV Tropes is my favorite site on the internet. Just hands down.
It is delightful when you need, like, I find myself going there a lot when I'm like, what are other shows that make sense, do the same thing? And because I'm always there's always stuff like I'm blanking on in terms of trends, and TV Tropes remembers for me. It's wonderful that way.
I also understand the world through TV Tropes. Like, I understand the world better through like the concept of like, I don't know. Let me pull up a random one here.
It's like on that. It's like that thing in Malcolm in the Middle or something.
It's a good name of things. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to try to pull it up right now. Schmoedown TV Tropes. Let's see if I can do it. Shampoo.
Okay. Yes, it actually exists. I was reading that. Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, it exists. It definitely exists. And most people, for like guys, let's say one is just mostly like iconic item, or like I think that's also for Chance, and for most people it just says iconic item because they have sunglasses, and that's a whole personality trait to wear sunglasses. Let's see.
Well, probably my personality is just to wear a hat.
Oh, let's see. So yeah, I'm gonna send up here. Let's see. I'm going to try to do a control F. This makes for great television, guys, or great streaming. Let's see. Yep. That makes for great streaming.
You're experiencing this moment with me. I'm going to find out what my TV trope is.
Yeah, let's see.
I'm legitimately very excited.
Let's see. I'm trying to look right now. There's Bunny Ears lawyer for Tom. Tom walks around hunched all the time, wears a cloak that covers most of his face, and constantly asks everyone if they want to see a dead body. He also has the highest accuracy rate of an individual. Had perfect round ones and was a #1 draft pick. So that's why he's whatever. Cool shades is our thing. Let's see. I'm trying to F control for stuff, but that doesn't seem to be working. Okay. Let's see. Apparently I'm not typing the right buttons. Liz, I'm gonna have to.
I'll figure it out later. I'll find it out.
Dark Mistress, maybe. Oh no, Deadpan Snarker. That might be yours.
That's not. I have been told I have a quality of sincere sarcasm before.
Yeah.
So, or enthusiastic sarcasm. I don't know.
There's one called "Did You Just Punch Out Cthulhu," which is a really cool concept of like a trope that I'd never heard of. Did you just punch out Cthulhu?
Probably not me.
No, I'm just saying that's a really cool thing that exists.
I wish that was me.
I wish I was a lot of these.
Did you roll that?
Did I what?
Did you roll to the TV Tropes?
Did I roll to it? No, I just showed up on it like regular. Did I write it? Oh, I could write it. I mean, I just want to get onto it right now. Let's see. See if I can bring it up. So this is not actually the.
I might not be on it. I haven't played quite a lot.
Yeah, but Liz, the fact is you play and you make a gigantic impression, because I watched your match. I watched your match, and the moment you were like, I don't even like movies, or whatever you said, was the most perfect thing I'd ever heard in Schmoedown history. Because I was like, I did that Leonardo DiCaprio gif of. I don't even like movies either. I mean, I like movies. Let's see.
Maybe under iconic item, I have my hat.
Oh, maybe. Let's see. I like how iconic outfit. Let's see. Idiot Houdini. Tom Dagnito. A lot of these are just for Tom Dagnito because it's just like what an idiot is. Karma Houdini. Kick the Dog. Knight Templar. So you can just go on this, or you can find. I don't think this is the one I was looking at before. The one I was looking at before was literally if you do it by characters.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. But anyway, I will send you all these, and you can take a look. And in the meantime, guys, if you have any questions or comments, please send them over to streamlabs.com Videodrew. We don't actually /Videodrew. We don't actually have a guest, fan guest this week. We usually have a secondary guest, which is where most of this time would be padded out. But honestly, I feel like I could talk to you forever about Schmoedown and also mostly television and how
our show needs this TV Troops thing.
We do have it. Oh, wait, you mean our show? Like you mean in Live in the Dark?
Yes.
Yeah. What would our trope be though?
No, you just have you guys have a lot of tropes. I can clearly tell.
Yeah. Well, there's crazy person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lots of crows. Crows are a trope, I'm sure, in some way.
Yeah, it would be called something like "the crows are not minded" because it's always got some weird phrasing of some pretentious phrasing of it where it's like the pay attention to the crows, mightn't they? Yeah. Oh, what's going on? What is going on?
I don't know.
Yeah, what is happening?
It isn't me.
Lon is breaking my computer. If you look up this Schmoedown, all the personalities have our TV trope listed. That is true. I show that to Lon. Lon's thing specifically is let's see if I can find it up. Let's see. Nope, I can't find you anymore, Lon. You don't exist. We might have deleted you since last time. Andrew Guy says attention whore, iconic cane, malicious misnaming, post-game retaliation. He's not even getting the Cucamonda. Oh, there we go. Lon, the alcoholic, brilliant but lazy, epic fail, he straight up forgot to answer a question in one team's match. Genius slob, insufferable genius, the professor, sesquipedalian loquaciousness, sibling team, and the slacker. So it seems like they made up a couple just for Lon specifically. That's cool. That's cool.
Fair. Well deserved.
Well, Liz, if you had one, what would you want your trope to be called?
I mean, I think did you just punch Cthulhu in the face? Feels really fun. I don't even really know what it means. I just feel like if I had that as my credit, I'd be very honored. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's kind of sort of something you can't declare for yourself. You have to let the universe bring it to you. Yes, I agree. And also I think that my keyboard got angry because I've spilled stuff on it earlier so that we don't know. The Tropicana. Whoa, right. What is going on? Whoa. Guys, I think this is because I spilled something on it earlier. Tropicana. Right. There we go. But by the way, guys, yeah, I do want to say thank you for everyone who's showing up tonight. This has been, may I just say, one of the more personally enjoyable, now it's doing it again, personally enjoyable moments of in Live in the Dark, because I do love talking TV. I do love talking TV with somebody who is as smart and funny and wry as you. I could do it all day, all night, and I will one day. Yeah. We'll have you'll invite me to your second bat mitzvah. My second bat mitzvah. We'll have a big slumber party. We'll invite a lot of people. We'll get into the woods and then kill Barney. Yeah, kill Barney. Look, and if I was going to say, look, as much as I love the dungeon and being part of Kaiser and all this team, if I was going to say, want to get on Swag's text chain that I know you guys all have because you're all best friends and you all hang out and I can't be part of it because Shandu says I can't. But if I wanted to do that and be picked up by another team, how would be the best way to send Winston money for the bribe? I mean, he definitely has a Venmo. Yeah. I mean, I would just say, learn how to say drip drip with any more swag with more swagger than I can. Yes, like that. I certainly, like that. I certainly have no. I feel like I feed off Winston's swag more than anything, and I feel like you have plenty of swag. So I think just kind of showing your natural swag will go a long way. I will say that me and Winston had an idea for watching the Clone Wars together. Where we get really stoned and we watch it and we review it and we call it Clone High. And that was my title idea. But I do still think that is very workable. And Winston called me. Winston called you? Oh, Winston should call you. Call me. I mean, yeah, people want to watch that. I 100% guarantee it. I don't know why I can't bring up comments, but for some reason something's going crazy. I know, it's crazy. It's going crazy.
The chat is partying like my birthday.
Yeah. I do want to say thank you, Liz. You want to hang around for 2 more seconds? We're going to do a quick thing. Guys, I, as well as Liz, had a match recently. Mine went even better than Liz's did in that sense that I'm the most popular person in the Schmoedown. Everyone loves me, and it doesn't matter who wins and loses. Who even remembers that? All they remember is how great Videodrew is and how much she's beloved, and at least 2 comments on the YouTube saying that I'm attractive. So that's an L for me, baby. Or wait, a W. That's a W for me, baby. Yep, that's a W for me, baby. So if anyone has any questions or comments about the fact that Jackie Brown was a movie I had not seen. You can send them into streamlabs.com Videodrew. I'm checking right now to see if we have any from tonight because tonight was a little bit weird if you can't tell. And otherwise, guys, if you're part of the Patreon, you can be part of the after sesh where we're going to come on to our Zoom call with the lights on and hang out for a hot minute and just say hi. And Liz, you're more than welcome to stick around and do that. But if you don't, I will never invite you back on the show. So don't worry about it. And I hope you had a good time this evening. Is something.
No, this is lovely. It's been weird in quarantine, but one of the nice things is getting to do stuff like this and getting to meet new people, and even if only through video screens. So this is a lot of fun.
Can I tell you something? Maybe it's just me, but I like this better than meeting people. I feel more popular. I have more friends. I live in a garage. I've got a sweet setup. And like, did you hear about my jet skis? Like, I'm doing pretty good in quarantine. I've got a full-size mannequin that's staring at me with a chicken head on its face, and there's a bunch of skulls. So I'm doing great.
You got everything you need.
Yeah. You could ask for anything more. What?
Videodrew using video screens.
Yeah, I'd call it on the hard J and the hard V. So like, yeah. It's Videodrew. You know, it's not, you don't hit the J so hard, and the V is basically a W. So
I'm still trying to learn your language.
I know, and it's hard. But goodbye forever. Did we have any notes from producer Sean? I know Sean sometimes likes to come on and oh my God, here he is. Yep.
Good evening, everyone.
Wearing a hat.
5 more minutes. Yeah.
Well, I figured, since Liz brought the hat thing, I figured, why not?
Thank you. I feel very
included. What's going on with these comments? Is this me?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
It makes sense that it's me.
How's it going there, Bird Boy? You having any problems over there on your end?
Yes, now there is some car that doesn't stop beeping. What you are doing? Are you ruining my birthday weekend?
Well, it's called payback there, Bird Boy. I mean, you dropped me out of the stream last week. I don't know how in the world you did that. I had to fire all my IT guys and get a whole new setup because I don't know how in the world you did that. So if there's things happening to you, maybe it's a coincidence, but it isn't.
I don't think nobody remembered that.
Look, guys, it's Mark Riley.
He looks so small and green.
Oh, I really,
He's adorable.
I bought this for a bit that never got used, but then I do feel no Disney propaganda, no, but it's working, and I kind of just want to
Oh, did you not get your Disney check this week?
Oh, I did, but it was only for $10, and it came via NBC's SVU episode that I was on. I still get residuals for because I was on an episode of SVU. I got to scream to Marsha Clark. Art Cross, the one that's not from OJ, the other one from Desperate Housewives.
Yeah.
What did you do with Marsha Clark? I got to scream to her, Cross Enthusiasm from Curb Your Enthusiasm, who played her lawyer. What did you do with your husband's sperm? And you can find that clip in Winter Solstice episode of Law and Order SVU. Go watch it. Get me my residuals. Mama needs some money in her bank to buy more Baby Yodas.
It also looks like, Drew, you're about to go to a masquerade ball there with that mask on.
Well, my mother was very correct in thinking, what does Drew need? Something just in case. You never know when the king and queen might give you a slight by not naming you the child's fairy godmother, in which case this is the appropriate outfit that one might need.
Right.
That's good. I have a question for Liz. Liz, since you are a big fan of TV, can you kind of tell me in making TV, who's one of the most important roles in making TV shows are?
Just you mean general, who, what position is most important?
Yes.
He's harder than
basically basically writers end up basically ruling the day is kind of where it comes in.
Yeah, that's right.
And usually the writers are also known as what?
Not
showrunners?
Known as. This is perfect without my help. I'll shut up.
They're usually named what?
Are you trying to get to television?
No one likes the producers. No one likes producers. Nobody. I do personally.
Not true. That's not true. Liz, back me up here. That's not true. Everyone loves producers.
Everyone name your favorite producer. Go.
I mean,
Not this
I have a lot.
What was that, Danny?
I think honestly, a producer's job is more often to make sure that everyone loves them. So the best producers everyone loves.
Here's the thing about producers. I don't know what they do, and I don't care for it. Because, like, a producer could be anyone from the person who designed the show and has full run of it to a celebrity who wanted to put their name on it to, I'm, like, very unclear about what producers' roles are in specifically television. It is incredibly unclear. And as for streaming, well, they're either Sean or I have no idea. Like, who's the producer for The World? Well, who would you say is Life's producer?
I know that Kevin Smith is the producer for the show.
Probably, yes. Kevin Smith is the EP of the show.
Well, no, Kevin Smith may or may not be involved, but I would be in charge of doing that, to be honest. So just so you know, producers are control all aspects of things, not just on TV and film, but in everything. We're just always behind the scenes controlling things. I don't know what's happening, but it kind of looks cool, like we're a rap show, and then Drew's gone now.
I think she hit the wrong button. See, that's why you never on screen. That's why I am the Crow host, you know? You're ruining everything.
I'm not ruining anything.
How this is happening? How you're doing this?
I'm not, obviously, look at my hands. I'm not doing anything. Why would I want to kick the Drew off the show? It's her show.
Can I be honest? I think we pissed off Videodrew. So that's what happens when you piss off Videodrew. She wanted attention. You didn't give her any. Now she exists, and she's going to be hovering over your bed at night. Whenever we do things on this show that don't make Videodrew happy, you can see she's full of teeth. Yeah, that's right. Mark Rowley thinks he liked horror movies, but he didn't even like them. Not when he was confronted with a real one. But Liz, I do have to say, we're very excited to see you continue the trajectory of singles tournament on Movie Trivia Schmoedown. If the singles tournament was won by a woman, which is important, but a woman who hates movies, which is even more important, that would be, I don't know, that would be carrying on the torch in a way that I think is very, very important for representation in the Schmoedown. We all talk about, like, it'd be great for women and all this stuff, but for someone who hates movies, I think this is especially important.
If I can really step up there for the movie haters in the crowd, I'd be very proud.
Yeah. Just someone who's literally maybe never seen a movie unless they were forced to against their will.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. So, Liz, do you have any final thoughts or where we can find you? That we can,
Yeah, I'm basically on Twitter at LIZLET. It's Lizlet. It's a old school nickname that just kind of stuck around. Or rather, I used it for my social handles when I was setting them up, and now I'm kind of stuck with them.
Pretty sexy.
But I like it. It's Lizlet. It's cute.
Really cute.
Then you can go to LizShannonMiller.com where you can find kind of a general link, a general page of links to stuff I do. I am a full-time. The thing I do when I'm not competing in movie trivia is I'm senior TV editor at Collider.com, a site that perhaps you might have heard of. And
yes, I was definitely fired from there a year ago.
I am very sorry about that. Like, okay. I only joined a couple months ago, so I've been a part of this whole new era that I've still basically, like, every once in a while some company gossip will come up and I'm like, I have no idea what this is about. Like,
I do not blame you, and I do not hold it against you, and I definitely do not think you went back in time to get me fired from my marketing role so you could take over as lead TV editor. It's not something I just think about all the time while trying to go to sleep. So that is totally fine.
Thank you. I'm glad that the spell I cast worked as it should. But yeah, so that's so you can find me there. You can find me at LizShannonMiller.com. You can find me on Twitter, especially. I wish I was more into Instagram. I wish I was. Like, it's everyone who seems to really like Instagram, and I've never really gotten into it.
I can't get TikTok. I can't get it. I don't know if it's
we all have our things. TikTok's a mystery too. I see videos that pop up on Twitter. They seem like fun, and that's good enough for me.
Question. What shows are you very excited that are coming out soon that maybe you have screeners of or you've seen a little bit that you can not tell us, but you can say that you're excited to see coming up?
Well, I'm like I think people, it's not a universal favorite, but I'm really into The Vow on HBO.
I've been saying that. The cult one. No, wait.
Yeah, it gets wild. It gets really wild.
Would you believe that Videodrew actually knew somebody for a very long period of time who was very much in that group and that lived in Mexico? And it was a dude. So like the entire time they were like, no, this isn't. It's just like, and it made their life better. So they really truly believed that it was like a good place. And I was like, I don't think so, dude. But you know.
Yeah. I mean, if you have to say more than once, no, it's not a cult, then, you got to look at your life choices a little bit. But it's really well done. I find it really compelling.
Leo GIF again. Guys, patreon.com/Videodrew. Not a cult. It's not a doomsday cult. Not a cult. Just sign up. It's not a cult.
No.
Anything else? Anything else exciting?
Oh, gosh. I'm literally going to consult my spreadsheet. I have my spreadsheet.
Please.
I'm opening it up now.
There's only a few people who I trust for like TV opinions. Vinny Mancuso being one of them. And that's about it.
You were right about that both the Umbrella Academy and The Boys are really fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited to check out Fargo Year 4. I have screeners for it, but I haven't watched it yet.
I miss having screeners. God, do I miss it. That was the best part of existence, was like having all the TV shows and then watching them and being like, they're not going to come out for 8 months, but like, here, let me curate little parties for people to see them.
Oh yeah.
Fargo is, I just saw A Serious Man for the first time. Chef's kiss.
Nice.
Fargo.
Yeah. And Archer season 11's coming up. That's going to be great.
Cobra Kai.
What was that?
Cobra Kai. Cobra Kai
season 3 is not coming until 2021.
Oh no! I thought it was coming out this year.
I don't think they finished shooting before the shutdown happened. So, but they announced it. They announced they're going to bring it in 2021. But like right now, like so many people are discovering the seasons 1 and 2 for the first time because of Netflix. So that's something.
I just studied The Karate Kid. Saw it for the first time last week. My only thought watching that movie was, this movie, but just from the focal point of the other dojo, I'm 100% serious. I was like, this movie is not interesting except for like the whatever is going on with the whiplash dynamic going on at that bad dojo is fascinating, and I need to hear more about it. When I heard that that's what Cobra Kai is, super, super sold.
I believe it.
Yeah. So you said that the one about the cult that's not Videodrew, that one's good. That The Vow that's currently out on HBO. Umbrella Academy, people really need to give a second chance to. It's got the guy from Misfits in it. That should be like a good sign.
Oh God, yeah. Any Misfits cast member is a good sign as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, Owen Rio shining up. That was the moment Game of Thrones started getting good. Was when Owen Rio showed up as what were the names? Frickin', I have a post. I have a house symbol.
No, Ramsey
Bolton.
Snow.
Ramsey Bolton. Yeah, Snow Bolton.
Well, yeah, Snow Bolton.
Love that you knew it as Snow. Love that.
I mean, it was actually how I remembered it. It was like he was a Snow, but he wasn't John. Yeah. But he did become Ramsey Bolton. But yeah, lots of good. I mean, it's TV, man. Like it's always surprising you. It's always coming up with new stuff, and it's always there for you. Unlike movies.
Yes.
Movies.
Unlike movies, TV is always there for you. Let me just reiterate: movies care not a whit about your existence. They exist. Todd Phelps will call you all snowflakes if you don't go see his movie in theaters. Like TV just wants you to know that it's there. Tiger King is it's there for you. It's going to fill that hole. TV better than movies.
I mean, can't we watch TV and movies? Can we get along?
No.
Can we like both?
Nope.
Sorry.
Bye, Jean. Okay. So he's gone now. Somehow in a weird way. Danny, where can people find you? Oh no, it's doing that thing.
You should haven't spilled that on the keyboard.
I really should have spilled stuff on the keyboard. We're all realizing that now, but too late.
You can find me living the rooftop of my mistress here, live at the Dark Review Drew, or working inside Let's Get Ready to Talk Schmoedown. I made a very long birthday stream yesterday, 7 hours and a half. A lot of people showed up. Thank you.
Oh
very
yeah,
much to
I was
everyone.
sick.
Or you can find me. And Drew was sick, and some guy attacked me on Twitter.
Oh
why
my
did you
god,
tag
I
her?
saw that
She
and I was like,
couldn't
that's
be-
like the overrated thing. I was like, because I wasn't there, dum dum. And also, he wrote a whole separate tweet about me, dum dum.
Exactly. Or you can find me in the Gucciverse. That is also the official channel of Tom Dagnino, aka Bobby Gucci. That also has the trope from TV tropes. Who wears short shorts?
Who wears short shorts? Who wears them? Who
He
does?
wears it, apparently.
He does.
I
Actually, we raffled.
thought it was Andrew Guy, who's now whole thing. It's like, you wearing sweatshorts? I'm wearing sweatshorts. That was the funniest moment of
Now the
Schmoedown.
short shorts is with Alex.
Oh, the producer's your favorite Mel Brooks films? Really? Not The Little Rascals? Not To Be or Not to Be? Are you sure those aren't your favorite Mel Brooks films? Thanks, Chris. Sorry, I didn't mean to talk over that. I did want to talk about our favorite Mel Brooks movies, Little Rascals. Yeah, I guess it's my turn. So now it's my turn for the plugs. Guys, you can find me no longer in the singles tournament, but still being the most precious favorite person to ever exist in Schmoedown history, most popular Schmoedown person, according to the rundown, and Brad Gilmore, and even Frank Janisch, when he had to think about it for a second, he really did, and he decided it was me. Most popular, prettiest, and knows the most about movies, even though she doesn't care about them. You can find me on patreon.com/Videodrew. Also on Mondays and Thursdays when I do when I do VideoChronic Pop Culture Quiz. That's me and NerdChronic, whose garage I live in. We do 20 deep delve questions about one specific movie, TV show, or franchise, and they are hard as hell. So if you ever want to show up and learn some 5-pointers that may or may not be applicable ever, come to that. Tuesdays we have Cinema Bias. We're doing Mulan this week. That's at 8 p.m. over on YouTube. This channel, what you are. We are going to actually have a sub in for our guest this week. It's me and Alex Mack, and we're going to have the Schmoedown's very own Abby Friel as our guest.
Nice.
And then, then I'm on Twitch on Fridays at 8 p.m. doing video karaoke, which is like Twitch Sings, which is around till January, thank God. And we're just singing karaoke and having a blast and getting wasted and having some funzos. And then Sunday, we're doing a lot of stuff, guys. So thank you for everyone joining us. I hope to see you guys all in the after party Zoom chat, where we're going to be putting on the lights, showing you more skulls, and having a big old blast and talking about the stuff. Thank you again, Liz, for joining us. This has been really fun.
I've had a great time.
Video
Thank you for having me.
No problem. Danny, what'd you say?